a romance that is all emotional with no spice, convincing you to read Poppy, the Bribed Bride in 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Poppy is an established book reviewer known for her romance book reviews. When she is struggling to pay her bills, she gets sent on a paid media trip to capture and write about the beautiful Ravenmore estate. While exploring the grounds, she runs into billionaire Wes Blackwood and witnesses their phone breakup 10 days before their wedding. When the wedding planner confuses Poppy as the blushing bride, Poppy and Wes come up with a scheme to help each other out. Poppy gets very compensated, and Wes completes a contingency to inherit his family's trust. When the big day finally arrives, plot twists will leave you with whiplash and your jaw on the ground. So the main tropes, to help further convince you to read this: a billionaire romance, obviously, a fake relationship, mistaken identity, and opposites attract. Mr. Ksde Vale. Your books just keep getting better and better. Poppy just became my new favorite book by you, which honestly I might say every single time because I have said that every time you've released a new book. So thank you so much to Kade for sending me a digital copy of the book and allowing me the opportunity to read and review it. It was so fun. This kind of romance is honestly my favorite kind of romance to enjoy, to read, to watch. The whole shebang. I really love when it's all about the emotional connection. There's some kissing, there's some hand holding. It's all very innocent, but there is no spice. Don't get me wrong, I'm okay with spice if it's like moderate and not the entire book. But deep down, I'm always a sucker for just like the emotional love stories. That's where the characters bond and spend time together. They just like have these deep conversations, getting to know each other, like all that kind of sappy crap. So I like to think of it as like the 2000s rom-com era. So like 27 Dresses, The Proposal, 13 Going on 30. Those kind of vibes is exactly what this book is. I instantly fell in love with our main female character, Poppy. She's sarcastic, she's so funny. She's just like a very lovable and likable character. She needs family to be present at this fake wedding. She doesn't want to involve her real family, so she like invites like all of her book friends to come pretend to be like her eccentric extended family, and they're called the Trope Coven. I mean, how could you just not already fall in love with them? They are the best group of characters I've like read in a very long time. I was just vibing the whole time. I loved every single character. I loved their dynamic. It was so fun to read and experience. And it's like the perfect mix because Wes Blackwood's family is like, obviously they're billionaires. So like they're snooty, they're rich, they're stuck up. So it's just the perfect balance between these two families. And then we also have like the perfect villain in this book. We have Wes's cousin who is also in line to inherit the family's trust. And so he's doing everything in his power to make sure this wedding doesn't happen, so Wes doesn't get it. So he's constantly throughout the whole book, he's trying to prove the legitimacy of their relationship, of this marriage. He does some digging into Poppy and finds some stuff out. It's crazy. It's very dramatic. Honestly, my only critique with this book is that the chapters were really long. I really struggle with attention span and just like everything. So I need things to be like moving quick along in order for it to keep my attention and to keep me interested. I've mentioned in Kade's other books how like we want more story and we want extra explanation, like give us more. A romance is like the complete opposite. There were some scenes, there were like full chapters that I thought could just be axed. You could leave it on the cutting room floor. It did not need to be there. It does not affect the story whatsoever if you cut out those scenes. So I mean, that was really my only negative feedback about this entire book. So yeah, love the story, love the characters, love the story progression. Pacing was great. This is one of my favorite romance reads of the entire year so far. So with all that to be said, I rate this book 4.5 stars. It's just the long chapters that kind of took me out of the story for a little bit and had my mind wander. If that was just shrunken down just like a little bit, this would have been near perfection for me. I do highly, highly recommend this book to all the romance readers out there, whether you like spice, you don't like spice, especially if you don't like spice, because this is just like the perfect book for you. It was such a fantastic story and it was very enjoyable. And again, it was just so fun. Poppy, the Bribed Bride is now available to purchase on Amazon. It's free if you have Kindle Unlimited. I will have a link to that in my description and in my comments if you guys want to go check it out and go enjoy the crazy story of Poppy and Wes.